Hello, everybody. We hope that everybody's in a good mood. I'm teacher Alexander Milanović.
And I'm teacher Zorana Andrić, and we really hope you will enjoy this lesson.
Today, we're going to talk about expressing preferences,
And interests?
and we would like to know what comes to your mind when you hear these two words. Zorana, what comes to your mind when you hear words preferences and interests?
When I hear those words, I imagine talking to somebody about things we like and dislike.
Me too. Now, let's get started and dive into the world of English.
Let's do it.
We have plenty of pictures showing activities people might like doing in their free time. Do you think our students can name these activities?
I have no doubt. Let's check it.
Okay, now kids, look at this picture. What do you think these kids are doing?
They are playing football.
Let's see. That's right. Now, look at this photo. What's this man doing? What do you think?
He is swimming.
That's right. Now, what are they doing?
They are playing video games.
That's right. Now look at this picture. Can you name this activity?
It's painting.
That's correct. Now we have an airplane and some suitcases here. What do you think this activity is?
My favorite, traveling.
That's right. And last, what is this girl doing?
She's skating.
That's right. Now, Zorana, what do you like doing in your free time?
I like traveling. What about you, Alexander?
Well, I like playing football. What about you, dear students? What do you like doing in your free time?
Great!
Okay, now we are going to read some texts where we will learn useful words and phrases that can help us understand others and to express ourselves when talking about preferences and interests.
Here's a dialogue between two friends, Barbara and Ted, talking about their preferences and interests.
Now listen carefully to their dialogue and answer the questions on the following slide.
Are you interested in traveling on holiday this year, Ted?
Of course. How about Florida? It's cheap and good weather is guaranteed.
I fancy doing something more exciting this year. Have you seen this ad for adventure holidays in Canada?
I prefer lying on a beach to hang gliding and canoeing.
But we do that every year. I'd prefer to do something different this time, and I hate going anywhere. So crowded.
Well, you have a point. Palm Beach was very crowded last time. I'd prefer somewhere a little quieter too, but I don't like anything too active.
How about Crystal Bay? The weather is usually good, and there are some lovely walks around the coast.
Sounds okay to me. How about staying in a hotel?
Of course, I'm really looking forward to staying in a fancy hotel.
Me too. I'll make a reservation. We hope you heard and understood the dialogue about Ted and Barbara's interests, and now we will check your comprehension on the following slide. We have four questions, and your task is to choose the correct answer. Are you ready? Let's get started. Number one. What are Barbara and Ted interested in?
They are interested in traveling.
That's right. Number two. What does Ted prefer doing?
He prefers lying on a beach.
That's correct. Number 3, what does Barbara hate doing?
She hates going anywhere crowded.
Correct. What is Barbara looking forward to?
She is looking forward to staying in a fancy hotel.
Perfect. We heard a dialogue between Barbara and Ted talking about their preferences and interests. Now let's take a look at these children talking about their interests. Look at the photos. What do you think Alexia, Sarah, and David are interested in? Look at Sarah's photo. What is Sarah interested in? What do you think?
Sarah is interested in football.
What do you think Alexia likes?
Alexia enjoys listening to music.
What's David interested in?
David likes skateboarding.
How do you know? How do you know Sarah is interested in football?
Sarah is interested in football because she's wearing a football jersey.
How do you know Alexia is into music?
Alexia enjoys listening to music because she's wearing a headset.
How do you know David likes skateboarding?
David likes skateboarding because he's holding a skateboard in his hand.
Fantastic.
Now we are going to listen to Sarah talking about her interests. Listen carefully and complete the sentences with the right answer.
I'm interested in sport, especially football. I'm a Manchester City fan, and I got photos and posters of the team. I'm not mad about reading books, but my friend Lily and I love watching TV. Lily has got a TV in her room. One of my interests is photography. I haven't got a very good camera, but my photos are really good.
Let's now complete the sentences with the right answer. Number 1. Sarah is not into A. Playing football, B. Photography, and C. Reading books.
The correct answer is C, reading books.
Number 2. Lily and Sarah love A. Camera, B. Watching TV, and C. Photo of a football team.
Lily and Sarah love watching TV. B. Now let's learn some vocabulary.
Number 1. To be interested in doing something means having a feeling of interest, and we are usually interested in things we like. For example,
I'm interested in playing volleyball, or we can simply say I'm interested in volleyball.
number 2. To be mad about doing something means to like someone or something very much. For example,
I'm mad about listening to pop music, or we can simply say I'm mad about pop music.
and number 3, to be into doing something. It's the same as to be mad about something. For example,
I'm into playing video games, or you can simply say I'm into video games.
Now, let's listen to David and his interests. Then complete the sentences below with the right answer.
I'm into skateboarding and swimming. I'm good at martial arts, especially Taekwondo. My friend Steve likes Taekwondo too, but he hasn't got a green belt. We've got a computer at home, but I don't really like computer games. I prefer chatting on the internet. I like books, especially books about animals. I really like animals, but we haven't got a pet.
You've heard the text. Let's now complete the sentences below with the right answer. Number 3. David is good at A. Swimming, B. Doing taekwondo, and C. Playing computer games.
David is good at B. Doing taekwondo.
Number 4. David isn't interested in A. Playing computer games, B. Reading books, or C. Swimming.
David isn't interested in playing computer games. A. Now let's learn some vocabulary.
To be good at doing something, we use when you want to express that you are well capable of doing something. For example,
He is good at playing the piano.
and to prefer doing something simply means to like one thing better than another. For example,
I prefer dancing to singing.
let's hear Alexia talking about her interests and choose the best answer to complete the sentences below.
I am into listening to pop music and I've got a lot of CDs. My friends are made about black-eyed peas, but I can't stand hip-hop. I really like sports, especially volleyball and tennis, but I hate cycling. One of my interests is art, but I'm not very good at it.
Let's now complete the sentences with the right answer. Number 5. Alexia is interested in A. Listening to hip hop, B. Cycling, and C. Listening to pop music.
Alexia is interested in C. Listening to pop music.
Number 6. Alexia can't stand A. Cycling, B. Playing tennis, or C. Playing volleyball.
Alexia can't stand A. Cycling. Now let's learn some vocabulary.
Can't stand doing something we use for expressing strong dislike for something. For example,
I can't stand getting up early.
to hate doing something we use for expressing strong dislike. For example,
I hate cycling. Now let's practice using these expressions. Find the sentences in the text and fill in the blanks. Let's listen to Sarah first.
I'm interested in sport, especially football. I'm a Manchester City fan and I've got photos and posters of the team. I'm not mad about reading books, but my friend Lily and I love watching TV. Lily has got a TV in her room. One of my interests is photography. I haven't got a very good camera, but my photos are really good.
Now let's complete these sentences with the right expressions. Number 1, I blank sport. I'm interested in sport. Number 2, I blank reading books. I'm not mad about reading books. Now let's listen to David. I'm into skateboarding and swimming. I'm good at martial arts, especially Taekwondo. My friend Steve likes Taekwondo too, but he hasn't got a green belt. We've got a computer at home, but I don't really like computer games. I prefer chatting on the internet. I like books, especially books about animals. I really like animals, but we haven't got a pet. Now, let's complete sentences 3 and 4. Number 3, I martial arts. I'm good at martial arts. Now, sentence 4, I chatting on the internet. I prefer chatting on the internet. Now, let's hear Alexia.
I'm into listening to pop music, and I've got a lot of CDs. My friends are mad about Black Eyed Peas, but I can't stand hip hop. I really like sport, especially volleyball and tennis, but I hate cycling. One of my interests is art, but I'm not very good at it.
Sentence number 5, I listening to pop music. Fill in the blank. I'm into listening to pop music. And number 6, I hip hop. I can't stand hip hop.
Great job! By now, you might have noticed that certain verbs and phrases are followed by ing verbs. Have you wondered why?
How do we call a word that has ing ending and looks like a verb but functions as a noun?
Yes, you got that right. We call it gerund. Now, we want you to think and tell us, when do we use gerund? When do we use it?
After the verbs fancy, dislike, enjoy, hate, like, love, prefer, to express general preference.
I love visiting new places.
I fancy traveling to new places.
I prefer singing to dancing.
I hate getting up early.
I enjoy hanging out with my friends.
After prepositions such as of, about, in, on, etc.
Luke is keen on traveling.
I'm interested in traveling.
I'm fond of skiing.
I'm not mad about reading books. After the expressions be busy, can't stand, look forward to, be good at.
She's looking forward to meeting you.
I can't stand getting up early. After, go when talking about activities.
Melissa wants to go swimming in the sea.
And maybe they are not important for today's topic, but also after the verbs admit, appreciate, avoid, consider, continue, delay, deny, risk, suggest, imagine, postpone, and forget.
She's considering taking the bus instead of the car.
Now let's practice using gerunds.
Let's make sentences with the given words.
1. What, Tad, fancy, do.
What does Ted fancy doing?
That's right. 2. Sarah, be not mad about. Read books.
Sarah is not mad about reading books.
That's right. 3. Alexia can't stand cycle.
Alexia can't stand cycling.
Perfect. We be not into play football.
We are not into playing football.
That's right. And 5. I keen on swim.
I'm keen on swimming.
Perfect.
Now, your favorite part. Homework.
Grab your pens or take a photo of this slide and complete the sentences about you. 1. I'm into books, especially books about.
2. I'm mad, not mad about.
3. I'm good, not good at.
4. I can't stand.
5. I prefer to. I'm into books about animals. What about you?
I prefer comics.
Fantastic. Now let's remind ourselves of what we have done today. Today's topic, expressing preferences and interests. When talking about preferences and interests, we basically talk about things we like or dislike. So, we learned certain expressions and verbs when talking about the things we like.
Be interested in, be good at, be into, be mad about, fancy, love, like, prefer.
I'm interested in reading books.
I'm good at playing football.
I'm into listening to music.
I fancy going to the beach.
I love swimming.
I prefer dancing to singing.
Notice that gerunds are following the verbs and expressions. Now we also learned about dislikes and we learned certain expressions such as
Can't stand, hate.
I can't stand getting up early.
I hate cycling.
That would be all for today. Thank you for your attention. We hope you enjoyed this lesson.
Have a great day. Goodbye.
Goodbye.